Out and clear. Health and Wealth Radio, WNN.
The opinions expressed on the following sponsored program are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors. It's time to take a few moments from your busy day, unwind, and be inspired as you listen to the insights of empowerment psychic Halley Elise, a top 100 psychic, speaker, and author. Be sure to contact Halley Elise at halleyelise.com. And now, The Halley Elise Show.
Welcome to the Halley Elise Show. Hopefully you're hearing at least some of this. You may have realized by the sound of my voice, I do have laryngitis. The nice thing is I have my lovely friend and guest here, so I'm very excited and delighted to share. But more importantly, she'll be my voice today. So welcome, Christopher.
Hi, everyone. Yes, this is Lady Christopher speaking for Halley today. How is your day going, everyone? I hope you're already laughing because when she and I are together, that's generally what happens.
That's
so I'm very honored and happy to be here and be here as her voice. She also has an announcement about her monthly Psychic Empowerment Gallery. As of the first of the year, people, there will only be 3 in the year. That's right, only 3. So
dates will be posted on the website.
Dates will be posted as that is. So
thank you. Appreciate that.
And just to cover for her, I will be opening a weekly meditation at Narnia, my home, the magical place, where wonderful magical things seem to happen always. And we'll be doing it weekly to hold a space of love on the planet. I'll be leading the meditation. That will be limited to 12 seats only, which is a new one for me.
Yes.
I usually do 50, 60 people.
Right.
But I've decided to keep it a little bit more intimate.
Right.
And then also I'll be running 8-week empowerment dream courses.
That's going to be amazing. I really hope people understand how important it is. Share a little bit about that.
I will. If you could hear her, she asked me to share. So I will. You know, we are in a dream-thirsty society.
True.
And before there was psychology, everyone went to their dreams to heal spiritually, physically, emotionally. And you would get the answers and be guided in dreams. Correct. And now people are sort of flip about their dreams and they don't record them or they feel that they don't remember them. We always dream. We have 4 dream cycles in the night. The trick is starting to remember them, all right? And so we will do all these in the first couple of courses on how to, from dream journals to herbs you can take or herbs you can put under your pillows or specific crystals that can activate the dream. Right. But what we'll mainly work on is active dreaming, which means we're always in a dream time. In the shamanic world, we're always dreaming, right? The difference is when we're in the sleep dream, if we're awake in that dream, a lucid dream, we know that we can change the circumstances of the dream. And we can be the conductor. And in this sense, we can create healing on all different kinds of levels. We can connect with all different dimensions. We can connect with lost loved ones, our angels, our spirit guides, our animal guides, and they can come in to help us. So dreams are so important. And the way society is now, we can dream for the world. And so we can dream a healing for the world and for the collective conscious, because at this time we really need a very deep heart healing for the earth, for the humanity, for the animals, the plants, Mother Earth herself.
Agreed. Matter of fact, if you would share with everyone that they can call in so that you can interpret a dream for them if it's a quick one.
Sure. If you guys have a desire.
They can also call in for a reading.
You can call in for a wonderful, magical reading from
Christopher will be the voice.
The whispering Halley Elise. That's 888-565-1470. And hey, if you have a dream and you want us to start working it, I can show you a little bit of the action course to take when you're looking at a dream. I'd like the idea of the dream journals because they become your best dream dictionary. All
Absolutely.
right.
I was sharing with
So
someone about that the other
now,
day.
symbols, we have the collective conscious of symbols. We have Joseph Campbell and Jung and all these beings. But the idea is, those of you who don't know me, I have wolves and I have all kinds of crazy exotic animals. And so a
Squawking.
wolf to me and a wolf to someone else
Correct. It's
will have a
different.
completely different meaning. So what happens is, as you start your dream journal and you're logging your dreams over time, that becomes your
Threads,
best
dictionary.
dream dictionary because your symbols are going to be different.
Absolutely. I was sharing with a client the other day that if I dreamt, for instance, of a skunk, I'd say, "Oh, look at the baby." And I'd go over, I'd pick it up, and I'd snuggle with it where somebody else would see it and go, "Ugh, nasty thing." So we do have our own interpretation of symbolism, of things that we see, of things we connect to.
I hope you guys can hear her.
Well, you can share that
But you
again.
can also call in and let us know if you can or can't hear her because I will repeat
There's the
what
number
she
too.
has said. So the call info to the show again is 888-565-1470. Last night I was the last bits of the dream I had before I had to get up and get ready to come here and stop my dream. I had a white
morning.
bumblebee and it was huge. It was
Ooh.
so beautiful and it was fuzzy and I'm petting it and I'm like, to be or not to be? That is the question.
Go ahead and share what that is.
What,
a little
the
bit
bee?
more. Mhm.
Well, again, it can be different for everybody.
be,
It
huh?
can be, a warning of being stung by someone or
Yeah.
a situation that might be stinging. But the bee that I had
Happy.
was happy bee. And because it was white, I'll go right into the light of white.
Yes.
And so what do bees do? They pollinate, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm in a great time of pollination
No, she's
of
not having
that which
babies.
I'm manifesting into this world to be of greater selfless service.
Yes. Speaking of dreams, and hopefully everyone can hear this, turn up your radio if you're straining. And Christopher may be bending an ear as well. I awoke from a dream this morning that I had to share, and I was laughing because I knew we were going to connect today. I'm at Bed Bath & Beyond. I'm looking for these camel-colored pillows, big square camel-colored pillows to put on my bed, which is funny since, my room is purple and silver and white. But I'm looking, and here I find these pillows on display, and out pops my cat. And I say to the lady standing next to me, "Oh, she must have taken a ride in the car with me. I didn't realize she was here." She jumps up off the bed and starts to run off. There's a big black cat who's beautiful with this glossy coat who goes darting after her to go play. And I awake. Now, as we know, a lot of times people would see cats as catty, as you have to be worried about people talking about you. But considering Serendipity, that's my kitty's name, likes to sleep upon pillows, she really is that cat in the commercials that is all prissy and sitting upon a pillow with a crown on her head. The crown's invisible, though. So her showing up, though, in my dream is more of a reminder to take it easy, be laid back, play a little bit. I'll find what I want. The black cat running after her to play. And again, not to attack. You can tell the difference when a cat runs, what their intention is. This was to say, hey, let's cause some mischief. Let's shake it up a little bit. And so that's also a reminder not to take things too seriously. Would you agree?
I would agree. And so in the lightning dream process, I would ask you, what would you title that dream?
Fun with pillows.
Okay. And where, if anywhere in your life,
Mm-hmm.
would that be a message?
Oh, definitely to stop burning both ends of the candle and actually get some sleep once in a while. I think that might have something to do with the
Yes.
voice.
Okay, and what was the emotion in the dream?
Oh, joyfulness, playfulness, silliness. It's funny because if in real life I were in a store and my cat popped her head out of the pillow, I would be very disturbed. How did she get here? Who took my cat? Totally different feeling.
Right? And so what action would you take with that dream?
Well, we are on air. It's supposed to be private. No, I'm just teasing. I've been working, as you know, with some neuroplasticity. And for those of you wondering what that is, that has to do with expanding gray matter of the mind, being able to, we'll say, get things done quicker from a different perspective. It's too difficult to explain at this moment because I'll run out of breath. But the gist is to do things and to be more focused and to really pay more attention to that. Because as much as I've been working with it, I've also skipped a few days. So it's a matter of staying on track, and it is a playful process. Excuse me.
And if you could come up with a bumper sticker saying, what would that be from your dream?
Ooh. If you play, your work gets accomplished.
There you go.
I like that.
I like that.
Very different.
And then in the lightning dream process, I would say, well, if it were my dream, okay?
Right.
And here's
Because,
the
again,
big
here's
thing
the
with
difference.
dreams, all right? People say, oh, well, this means this in your dream. That means we're starting to control another person's dream experience.
But as you said, there is also that universal interpretation. So a lot of times you share that as a baseline.
Right. But instead of feeling like you're dominating it or ego has come into it, I know better,
Right.
the way we do it is if it were my dream. See, now I can easily share what
Yes.
my...
Which
So,
would
and
feel
that's
would
so
be.
wonderful because everybody, if we were in a dream circle of 12 people,
It's limited.
right? It's limited. Everybody would be able to share that, and it brings a broader perception of something that maybe someone didn't even think of. So, see, if it were my dream, I absolutely would be like, oops, I need to rest more. I need to get my head into the pillow and really rest and have more time for lightness and play with the magic of life. See, for me, the black cat would represent magical moments. And
Sure,
usually when
playfulness.
we're in greater joy and play, we see magical moments. And we
Absolutely.
actually open up the veil so those the entities, spirits, playful
Angels,
beings,
what have you.
angels from the other animal spirits can play with us. And this is why we call my place Narnia, because that veil is always lifted.
We're going to take a quick break. Hopefully you can hear this. Do give us a call when we come back. Christopher will help you interpret a dream. I'll be happy to give you a psychic reading. And if you can't hear me, she'll repeat it so you can hear it. 888-565-1470. Once again, that's 888-565-1470. Thank you. This is your empowerment psychic, Halley Elise, one of the top 100 psychics in America. For over 30 years, I have offered psychic readings, programs, spiritual guidance, and other life skill techniques. As our lives have become more complicated, we often reach for answers. Who are we? Where are we headed? Are we pointed in the right direction? In addition, we often are concerned for our loved ones. I have helped thousands of people navigate their life circumstances through different modalities of spiritual and intuitive guidance. Call me at 561-755-2166 and allow me to further explain how I may assist you in clearing the path of yesterday so today and tomorrow will be a success. Call me at 561-755-2166 or visit my site HalleyElise.com. That's HalleyElise.com. Hi, it's Halley Elise, your empowerment psychic, and it's time to take a few moments from your busy day, unwind, and be inspired as you listen to Insights. I am a top 100 psychic, speaker, and author, and I invite you to join me Tuesdays noontime on WNN Radio. I look forward to speaking with you.
You have been listening to a Top 100 Psychic, Halley Elise, your connection to all things spiritual, psychic, and empowering. For a private session, call 561-755-2166. Now, back to the Halley Elise Show and your empowerment psychic, Halley Elise.
Welcome back. Go ahead.
Welcome
Dive
back,
right in.
Hallie says. Welcome back. Here we are. So what I was going to share before the break was something fun that happened last night. And so we're watching various different YouTube videos on
And
all
things on
kinds of
Gaia.
things going on in the universe and the planet right now and the energies. And I look up, it's Comcast, so now when you get a phone call, it shows up on the screen, voice.
Right, here it is.
So it says voicemail from a friend of mine, right? And I turned to my sweetheart and I said, honey, did you even hear the phone ring? It's like right in front of me. He says, no. So I called in for my messages. There's no message. All right. And my sweetheart saying, Coop is saying, I absolutely saw it, right? So I called the friend, is Andrew, right? And I called him and he said, oh, that's so funny you're calling. And I go, why? He goes, because I just took pictures of the beautiful Christmas lights you gave us and I wanted to show you and say thank you because they worked out perfectly for the outside. And I said, did you send the email? Like, did the Comcast? He says, no, I haven't even sent it yet. And I was going to call you afterwards. And so we're laughing. I love that stuff. But that brings me to the beauty of gratitude.
Absolutely.
Gratitude is missing in today's world. And I don't know if the world outside of our area looks like our area, but there is a lack of gratitude and
Some places,
very
not everywhere.
much a snap to anger out in the streets. And you can really feel the heaviness, the intensity.
Absolutely.
And people are going through all kinds of things from crackling headaches, vertigo, nausea, body pains. All these are signs of quote unquote us ascending. And
We were
as
kidding
much as
about
I would
that,
love
but
that to be true, and I'll hold that
that's really
space, the idea is if we
arbitrary.
want to just ascend our hearts, we need to be in a deeper place of gratitude.
Correct. We shouldn't have to be hit over the head with a bat
No.
for us to pay attention.
Exactly. And so it's, when you go out, what do you do? Do you say hello to a stranger?
Correct.
What is it? If anybody's ever been with me in Publix, every day, it's like
Run and hide. No, just kidding.
it's like a party. Like if I go to
is.
Publix, I have to chart out an hour just to go get a loaf of bread because I know
to say
everybody
hello to
in there and I know their stories and I want to say, oh, how did that doggy adoption go? How did your son's surgery go?
Yes.
How is that? I'm praying for you. I'm like holding the space. They're all like, so when I come in, it's like, yay, she's here. And,
It's uplifting to everybody, though. It's not a nosy buddy situation because sometimes people think that way. They think, oh, well, I don't want to intrude. I don't want to impose. And the truth is, it's not an imposition when you are kind, when you are friendly, when you are interacting, when you show concern for somebody's life.
Well, when you're kind, the amazing thing is people open up.
Yes.
And
huge.
I have a propensity to see through and say, oh, sweetie, you okay? 9 out of 10 times you're going to find somebody crying in my arms or, and I also go with no agenda. So I could be on my way to Publix and I just have this sense, go to Fresh Market instead. And I'll walk in and the person in there will be like, I've been praying to run into you, Christopher. And I'm like, yes, I've been listening. And that's the thing. We're so stuck in our heads that we're not following our guidance anymore.
Exactly. And this is what I'm always sharing with everybody, that if you raise your vibration, you hear more, you sense more, you're connected more.
You strengthen your intuitive gifts.
Yes, exactly.
See? So if you want to be like Halley Elise, be
Without-
more
with a better
grateful
voice,
and
though.
kind, but remember to rest and play.
I do play at least 5 minutes a day.
No, but gratitude really is. And I love
Tremendous.
finding things that, people are like, oh, I'm grateful for my parents, my children, my animals, the health of them. Yes, that's great.
great,
That's
but dig
really great.
deeper.
But it almost becomes like repeating the same prayer
It's
every
like a
day.
little mantra.
Like It's like if I was an angel and I was in the receiving of the mailroom of the angels, station,
I like that.
and
Yeah,
I
wait
kept
station.
reading the same prayer, I'd be like, oh my goodness. Like, I know they laugh when they get mine. Because I'm like, really? What are you guys doing? Where have you been?
True.
Okay, I know you're there. I'm sorry. I'm grateful for your presence. But really? So it's humorous,
It is
and
very humorous.
there's not enough humor either. Everyone's
Well, that's
so serious,
Well, this is why, too, when I share oftentimes about being grateful, I'll tell people if you get up in the morning and you put your feet on the ground, say, thank you. I put my feet on the ground.
I just say thank you. I woke up.
Thank you. I woke up. Thank you. My eyes were, whatever. It doesn't have to be huge, but it should not be, as you said, that same repetitive prayer of gratitude every day. Look around. What's in your space? Oh, there's that beautiful chair over there that you haven't sat in for a while. Say thank you that it's there. So if you want to sit in it, you can.
I do
bigger
things like
than
I'm
that.
grateful for my eyelids. Can you imagine if you didn't have eyelids? And it sounds silly, but
No,
holy
it
cow,
makes
I am
sense.
so grateful for my eyelids. And I'm grateful when I can find my glasses.
And I'm grateful for my sense of hearing and my sense of smell. Sometimes not so much because I can smell things a block
I'm
away.
grateful for my taste buds, and I'm
Taste
really
buds.
grateful when Lindt
Yes.
chocolate is on sale. In fact, at Publix, Russell Stouffer's has BOGO, two
Oh,
for
look
one.
at that. She's doing a commercial for Publix. Publix, now you'll have to pay us for this time. The point really is, though, to get into that place of gratitude. And I've been talking about this on and off for the last couple of weeks, not just because it's the holidays, but because I'm seeing, like you are, so many people unhappy and feeling that weight and feeling as if we need to do something to shake things up. Stop being so involved with your political agenda. Stop being so involved with what the neighbor's doing. Stop being so involved with who pulled in the spot in front of you. Who cares?
Oh
I
my
mean,
God,
honestly,
it's like
who
this gal
cares?
nearly took my head off last week,
Mm-hmm.
and she
We
was
were
in the
saying.
wrong. And because of how she had maneuvered herself in, and I had tooted because she was going to hit this car, we were blocked next to each other, and she's
Right.
flipping me off and screaming. I'm laughing.
Yeah, she did it all the
And
way
I'm
down the
like,
road.
really? You want to bring it on? You want to let the tiger out of the truck? I don't think so. Come on, people, lighten up.
Well,
And
that's
it's
it.
true, the political agenda. And, the news is awful because they're fueling a division.
Of course.
And I
But a lot of
honor
people don't see
everybody's
that.
political views,
As do I.
but lay off the news because it's not what's going on. We always have known that. There's always more behind the scenes. There's
It's always been
strategies.
propaganda.
They're owned by different camps, political
Go
camps.
back to World War II and take a look at some of the old black and white movies and see what they were sharing. So much of it was not true. And it was more about rallying forces or gaining attention. It wasn't that they were trying to mislead, but they put it out there for a specific reason.
Right. So
It has
we're
not
here
changed.
rallying a force for love.
Exactly.
And that sounds flowery and all that, but no, really,
Well, I was born
love.
in 1962. Come on now. You
If
were
we're
born in
more
60s.
love, if we're more love and we're more unconditional and we are more allowing of another person's journey, there's
Correct.
going to be less gossip, less judgment, and in that, less drama.
Bigger than that, about there being less of these things, it's the opposite, the contrary, which
There's
is
more joy,
there is more joy,
more love, more gratitude,
more
fun,
contentment,
Fun.
fulfillment,
More dance.
fun, play, singing. It's funny, and I have shared this over and over throughout the years about how when my daughter was little, we'd be driving down the street, a good song would come on, I'd pull over the side of the road, and I'd get out and dance, tell her to come with me. And she'd squeak and shrivel and say, no, get in the car, Mom, get in the car. What are you doing? I still do that once in a while, and I'm by myself. The point is, what's wrong with it?
We do it when we're out.
We get in trouble a lot when we're out.
Now, my
All
beloved,
sorts of things.
he's mortified
He
to go out with
cringes.
me.
He cringes.
Mortified. We are in, now we're going to plug Home Depot. We were in Home Depot, and they had these retro little tiny fridges, and I thought that would be great for the office, for the
Right,
dream,
right.
and meditation circles
Keep
for
your
water.
water.
And it was this cool old school sea
Right, right.
foam, and it was on sale. I'm
And
like,
you were
oh
all
my God, I said, I'm going to do the
excited, jumping
colors
up and
like this, and I'm
down.
going to get an outdoor rug like this. And he's like, would you act your age? And I'm like, No, I
What's the
don't
point?
wanna. Like, ew.
But
Then
who
I just
said acting your age means you have to be old?
yeah.
Grow up. Don't grow old. There's a
There's a
difference.
huge difference.
You can be 80 and have a great time. You don't have to say, I'm 80, so I can't go anywhere. I can't do anything. You don't understand. If you were as old as I was, you would. No, it has nothing to do with age. It has to do with state of mind,
Hey,
state of being.
the greatest anti-aging product on the market is your joy.
Exactly.
Because when you're smiling, hello, facelift is happening.
Right.
Like no cream can do what joy
Nope.
can, what the state of mind can do,
Exactly.
what dance can do, the flow in the body.
Speaking
like,
of, you hear Joe next door whistling?
yeah, Joe's whistling. So see, he's playing. He's having fun. He just gave us a heads up.
There you go.
But that's it. You know, it's dance a little, sing a little. When you're alone,
Right.
when nobody's watching, do it when people are watching. Who cares?
Well, that's it. Who cares?
But we've
It
gotten
doesn't
into
have to be
such a
perfect.
that's it, shame and being judged and not belonging.
Right.
I don't want to belong.
No, the only time I want to belong is when there's a really good meal being served.
Well, that's sacred to me.
Me
That's a
too.
gathering. That's not a belonging.
Well, but that's an aspect of it. Meaning
Yes.
that particular group that you choose to have a meal with is sacred. Whether it's family or dear friends or a client or a celebration for something, it's about you being in that space and wanting to belong together.
Well,
to honor
and
them.
that's a lot of the here's a lot of the issue, and I've taught this for years. If we go back to the primal thing of being in a tribe, all
Yes.
right, there is a need to belonging.
Yes.
All right. You are kicked out of that tribe. That lion is going to eat you.
Correct.
All right. But what do we compromise in today's world of our own truths to belong?
We don't. We sacrifice our truths.
Exactly.
Which
and that's the
pathetic.
we should all be in that belonging because we are coming together with our individual uniqueness. The beauty of who we are individually, because we all came down with beautiful gifts. But if we're so busy trying to be an avocado when we're an artichoke, we're not going to see the
Now I'm
heart
hungry.
of the matter.
Yes.
See?
It really comes down to one simple thing. Be who you are. I mean, truly, be who you are. Be okay with that. Celebrate that.
Love that.
Exactly. We're going to take another break, and we'll return with the Halley Elise Show and my lovely friend, Lady Christopher Barrett.
And if you didn't hear her, we'll be returning the Halley Elise Show with my lovely friend, Halley Elise.
Back in a moment. Hi, it's Halley Elise, your empowerment psychic, and it's time to take a few moments from your busy day, unwind, and be inspired as you listen to Insights. I am a top 100 psychic, speaker, and author, and I invite you to join me Tuesdays noontime on WNN Radio. I look forward to speaking with you. This is your empowerment psychic, Halley Elise, one of the top 100 psychics in America. For over 30 years, I have offered psychic readings, programs, spiritual guidance, and other life skill techniques. As our lives have become more complicated, we often reach for answers. Who are we? Where are we headed? Are we pointed in the right direction? In addition, we often are concerned for our loved ones. I have helped thousands of people navigate their life circumstances through different modalities of spiritual and intuitive guidance. Call me at 561-755-2166 and allow me to further explain how I may assist you in clearing the path of yesterday so today and tomorrow will be a success. Call me at 561-755-2166 or visit my site HalleyElise.com. That's HalleyElise.com.
You have been listening to a Top 100 Psychic, Halley Elise, your connection to all things spiritual, psychic, and empowering. For a private session, call 561-755-2166. Now, Back to the Halley Elise Show and your empowerment psychic, Halley Elise.
Kind of on the lines of what we were just talking about, Christopher and I. While on break, we're talking about the phones, the smartphones, and being able to turn them on, turn them off. A lot of times you have somebody who never used a smartphone and all of a sudden has it for an emergency and is getting messages and doesn't know how to quiet the phone. Or you have, Mom, if you're listening, sorry, but I have to share, like my mom.
Hi,
who
Mom,
said,
I love you.
everybody has a smartphone. I want to be able to learn it too. Well, that's awesome. So she's learned how to send photos and she's learned how to send text messages. But when you ask her to look something up, it's hysterical. She'll say, I went to Google,
See,
but I
it's the
couldn't find
bumblebee.
it because she doesn't realize Google is like the yellow pages. It's not taking you to the street address. You have to do other things. And it's funny because you hear that buzzing. That was my phone, which is turned off. See, we are trouble. When we get together energetically, it's bad enough individually, but when we get together, she's trumpeting, I'm buzzing.
All kinds of crazy, wild things happen.
Give out the phone number again, if you would, if somebody would like to call in.
If you would like to call in, is 888-565-1470. Give a call in.
There you go.
Entertain us.
Entertain us. So we're supposed to be entertaining them, I
Oh,
think.
that's right.
So, get with the program. We'd get up and do a little jig, but the cameras would be out of whack, and the mics would be out of whack. But on this Saturday at 11 a.m., people could come join me, and I will have a voice by then because I'm determined. I'm not working this week. I postponed everything. Saturday over at HOW, which is Holistic Organic Wellness, which is in Boca Raton. They are doing a wonderful bazaar for the holidays. There's lots of different vendors. There's different programs. But at 11 a.m., I will be doing a psychic gallery. And it's different than what I do at my office. There's a different fee. It's actually less. And it's in a very intimate environment. There's less seats. Be sure to either reach out to me, check out on Facebook, or contact the folks at Holistic Organic Wellness for more information.
It's beautiful. Did you give the directions?
I can barely get that out.
Okay.
You can.
So it's on Federal Highway. I'm not so sure of it is 32nd. It's across from Denny's and adjacent to Belzer's Hardware, but it is in the back, I believe. Now they have moved it. It's in the
they're
back.
not in the front, but
They used to be in the front by Leather Express, but it is in the back, and they are
Well, they're actually moved further south in the building where
Okay.
Leather Express is more north towards the
lovely
restaurant.
gals, lovely place, lovely services, and of course, with lovely Halley there, you'll have a great day.
I promise I will have a voice that you can hear.
Maybe she'll have some of my sacred jewelry there.
Hey, that's true. I kind of kidnapped Christopher's sacred jewelry for something else, and it's still at my house. So perhaps I'll bring it and you have a chance to take a look at it.
And perhaps
Explain
I will
about the
throw
jewelry.
a holiday bazaar sale
Ooh,
for all
would be
last year's
nice.
designs at a very, maybe half price.
wow.
Yes.
Tell them a little bit about the
So
fact.
they're very sacred. They are made in sacred ceremony during moon cycles, eclipse cycles, the most high energetic times. And when I do it, I infuse it with tons of prayer. They have a life of their own. The gems, when I buy them, are blessed. When they're put together, they're blessed. When they're made, they're blessed. Some take days because it is
close to
literally
a year.
being made for a specific person. I may not know who it is,
Right.
but the piece itself does. So it gets ripped apart 3 times until she goes, okay, I'm ready. And then she awaits the arrival of that special person.
Right.
And really, truly, a lot of people, they put them on, they're like, oh my gosh, it slowed the chatter in my mind. I have a sense of peace, or it attracted love, or it attracted
Or
prosperity.
they picked it up and they felt the vibration in their hands.
Yes, yes. They're very magical. I'm honored to be the facilitator to bring them through and create
Yes.
them here.
And speaking of my mom again, we can't put that piece out. She wants it. She reminded me yesterday, no, the day before. Sunday, whenever that was. Christopher created this magical piece that it's just all about love. When you touch it, you just feel love.
Love.
And my mom saw me wearing it. I borrowed it. And that was the end of it. She's claimed it. So sorry, that one's not going out.
Well, and so many of them, my friends will come in, they're like, okay, which ones are you going to sell? And I said, I'm going to open a store called Not for Sale.
Right, because they stay.
So I get
true.
very, I do,
You
I
get
get very,
attached to it, absolutely.
very attached in a world that I'm not supposed to be attached to anything. I really get attached to them because they're like my children.
And share with everyone about the fact that there's a card describing what they represent.
Yes, each one does
and the
come with
story.
a descriptive card of the energy and what she is meant for and what she will help activate or align or create or manifest, whatever it is that you're looking for. So each one does come with this story.
Right. See, so when you think of Lady Christopher, it's not just about dream interpretation. It's about being in the flow of energy on a consistent day in and day out basis. Whether she is with dolphins and working with whales, or she is doing some sort of ceremonial counseling with clients or holding an event, it all really has to do with maintaining that constant energy. We work differently, but yet the same.
We do. We do. I live, I guess, as you put recently, I live life to the fullest. It's so funny where people judge someone because I remember years ago somebody said, you're too joyous. People think you're high.
Because
And I
somebody
don't
said
do
to me
drugs.
about,
Like, really?
I smile too much.
Yeah.
What is that?
So because I'm full of joy and
Right.
playful and childlike, I must be intoxicated on something other than my heart, love, and joy of being here. Joy of just being in love with everything, the ocean, the nature, the animals, people. It's hysterical how we misjudge things. But when you and Jill were like, no, she lives life to her fullest. And I do. I do. I go extreme joy, extreme love, and there are times for extreme rest and meditation. In fact,
Absolutely.
Thanksgiving's going back to gratitude. We have to really learn how to honor ourselves, so it's 2:00 and you have family or things that you
time to
have
go
to do,
home.
but your body is, starting to feel a drop. Now, people that know me know that I meditate and go into prayer every day from
day.
4 to 6.
Right.
So it's 2:00. It was earlier, Thanksgiving. And I said, I got to go into meditation. I'm just feeling the draw. And I got up about 2 hours later and played with the animals, gave them all treats. And I was like, I have to go back into prayer.
Mm-hmm.
There is a density. I don't know what it is. I don't know why, but it's my responsibility. So I am. And I spent all Thanksgiving in prayer and meditation. Never fell asleep, never ended up in a nap or dream time. I mean, it was full work.
It's funny because, I didn't go anywhere on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, we know that, but
Because
we know
wasn't
why.
feeling well. But by the same token, instead of just watching TV or movies or whatever, I went in and out of meditation. Then I would nap. Then I'd get up and maybe do something as far as work-wise. And I think I put on some funny Christmas movie that I got. I don't even have regular TV. A lot of you know this, but some don't. Most people have cable and they have 1,000 channels. I basically have Netflix and Prime. That's it. And so I will skim through and find something that's uplifting. It is rare you will have me watching anything other than something that is giving me information or filled with laughter and joy. It's not that I don't like mysteries. I will watch them as well, but I won't watch the ones that are filled with chaos, that are filled with angst. I watch the ones that inevitably there's somebody there with a good intention who wants to make a difference.
And to keep it all in balance, I watch the thrillers, I watch the horror shows.
She watches the horror stuff.
But that's having been an actress, I was in a B-rated horror movie, so I know the whole it's not real thing, So it's hard to scare me. If I see a good one, I'm like, well, that was a good one. Like I didn't see it coming, but
I like horror films if there's no gore. The gore just doesn't, even if though I know it's not real, it's not anything I want to put into my consciousness.
Of
If
course.
you remember, I worked with the FBI for a while, and some of the things that I had to cover were, well, not so pleasant. And once you see that, you don't unsee that. So even though I know that the films are not real, they're not really something I want to connect with.
Right, and there's so much subliminal in the film industry.
Exactly,
On top of it, I just heard disturbing evidence that there's a ton of subliminal in a couple of the Disney movies, and I was like, really?
Well,
Like, how
I
sad is
actually
that?
believe that because the first time I saw Bambi, which is funny, I never saw it as a kid. I didn't see it till my child was older.
Traumatized me as a child.
I just couldn't believe they killed Bambi's mother.
I
What about the
know.
Lion King? They killed the father. And I'm watching these things with my daughter going, why am I taking my child to things that are supposed to be sweet and joyful? And they're showing death.
I used to have that with the Disney movies. I remember clearly saying, "Oh, I'm not watching that. It's a Disney movie. The mother's going to be killed off in the first
right.
5
Well, I
minutes.
saw
I won't recover from this." See, that
Well,
stuff
see, that
gets
stuff
me.
gets me. And those are the things, like I said, that I stay away from. We have a caller on the line. It's somebody we both know. It's Catalina. Hi, Catalina.
Hi, Catalina.
Hi, both of you.
Hi,
First of
darling.
all, I want to thank Christopher so much for all her prayer circles with the help with my relative in Connecticut. And I took the scarf you gave me and I wore it around my neck in Connecticut to have you near me.
I
nice.
love you.
That's wonderful.
Thank you. I miss you.
I know I miss all of you, but we're just not synchronized. But I'm near you in spirit.
Great. Well, I'm always with you in spirit, always keeping an eye out over you.
Thank you. So I was, I was had this entire completely different thought pattern, and then I started hearing you discuss the different Disney movies and all that.
Right.
And it goes, like the Grimm brothers, all their tales were so
Oh, yes.
macabre.
Yes, very true. Very true.
It was children's stories were always full of like pain and suffering.
Well, that's because that's all the people knew at the time when they created those stories. It was not all about abundance. It was not all about flowers. It was about all the toil and all the stress and the fact that the classes were so divided.
Yes. And, I happen to feel that I have a very nice life. And even in times when my life was more difficult, had more of a struggle in different ways, financially, whatever, I just remember that I always ran around saying, I'm the luckiest person. I mean, like over the goofiest thing, like I would be so happy
Gratitude.
if it was like a really good cookie available or whatever, as ridiculous as it sounded. And people would make fun of me and say, oh, it takes so little to make you happy.
Yes.
Yes.
But it's in the little things that we start planting the seeds and sowing the product that will give us that larger happiness.
Right.
Right?
Right. Exactly. But see, this is why some of us are drawn to one another, because our innate nature is about that happiness, is about that joy. And that doesn't mean we don't have difficult moments or that we don't have sadness at times or we don't get angry, but it does mean that those things are temporary. They last for a moment, they're done. And we go back to that place of recognizing that we have beauty in our world and we have gratitude.
I know, absolutely. Well, you ladies are both absolutely inspiring. So I was going to kind of ask a question, and then I totally forgot what it was about.
Well,
I
if you
do want to
remember.
talk a little bit about my dog, though, because it's like he has these ups and downs that are so confusing that he seems like he's really ready to say goodbye, and he's not well at all. And then 2 days later, he's bouncing around with all the energy in the universe.
Yeah.
And it's really confusing to know if we're, I don't know, like prolonging his life so much that, I don't know.
No, you're not. You're not at all.
He wants to be here, and both of us are going to this.
Yeah, he definitely is not ready.
He's not ready.
And that's why, he goes down for a couple days. You may see it as one thing, but he's resting.
He's resting so that
he can
could
get back
recoup.
up. And so he is not at all ready. And speaking of gratitude, he's so grateful for the family that he has. And he's not ready to leave that
Nope.
yet.
And he's crazy about the time that it's just you and him. As much as he loves your husband and your son, it's all about mom.
Yeah.
I know we really do have a very
It is.
special bond.
It is.
You know,
But he's
like
not ready.
today, I was just like holding him, watching an Agatha Christie mystery.
I love those.
And
See,
I was
those
just,
ones
you
with
know,
the
just
intention.
holding him, and I thought to myself, this is my most important job right now, making Taco feel happy and comfy. And it sounds so silly, but you know, because we get so much out of it too.
Of
Right.
course,
We're
of
giving an
course.
animal love.
Well, they have unconditional love, and they teach us that.
They do.
Yeah,
They do. And the
we are.
animals just also on top of it are really feeling these energy influxes.
And that may be some of his down times also.
Yeah. I
picking
mean,
up on
I
other
can't get one of
things.
my wolves out of a corner
Yeah.
for weeks. Like,
She's very sensitive.
but you know, this is funny. She manages to have fun in there though, because somehow she got like this feathered comforter off the bed, and I came in and for those who don't know, her name is Chewy Booey because she chews, and if you say boo, she runs. But I went and it looked like she had just stuck her head in a fresh snow pile.
It was
She had
hysterical.
feathers all over, and I'm like, well, I'm glad you're figuring out how to have fun in this small corner of the house.
It was sweet, but it brought joy.
Yeah, it brought joy, you know, and so people are like, you don't get mad? I'm like, really? Can
No,
you
how could-
imagine the
no.
fun she had? She had her own pillow fight with herself.
Catalina, thanks so much for calling in, honey. We're going to go
My
to
pleasure.
a break.
Thank you. I
Love
enjoy your show
you.
so much.
Hope
Love
to
you
see you
lots.
soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
We'll be right back with the Halley Elise Show.
We'll be right back with the Halley Elise Show.
This is your empowerment psychic, Halley Elise, one of the top 100 psychics in America. For over 30 years, I have offered psychic readings, programs, spiritual guidance, and other life skill techniques. As our lives have become more complicated, we often reach for answers. Who are we? Where are we headed? Are we pointed in the right direction? In addition, we often are concerned for our loved ones. I have helped thousands of people navigate their life circumstances through different modalities of spiritual and intuitive guidance. Call me at 561-755-2166 and allow me to further explain how I may assist you in clearing the path of yesterday so today and tomorrow will be a success. Call me at 561-755-2166 or visit my site HalleyElise.com. That's HalleyElise.com. Hi, it's Halley Elise, your empowerment psychic, and it's time to take a few moments from your busy day, unwind, and be inspired as you listen to Insights. I am a top 100 psychic, speaker, and author, and I invite you to join me Tuesdays noontime on WNN Radio. I look forward to speaking with you.
You have been listening to a Top 100 Psychic, Halley Elise, your connection to all things spiritual, psychic, and empowering. For a private session, call 561-755-2166. Now, back to the Halley Elise Show and your empowerment psychic, Halley Elise.
Welcome back.
Well, that was fun that Catalina
Yeah,
called
wasn't
in.
that
Oh,
nice?
I love her. That book she wrote,
Well, she's got several.
I know
of
she's
them.
got several, but
There's
the one that
the-
I read.
There's the original. We're hearing trumpets. The angels are coming.
They're just coming. I don't know if that's good news or bad news.
That's better to say it's good news. Unbelievable. But she has a series that she started, which is really wonderful. And she has the book about the history of how do you explain this? It's a combination of romance and history and esoteric all wrapped up together.
Yeah, I love her
It's
development of characters.
Phenomenal. I mean, she's such a talented individual.
Well, she's brilliant.
If you're wondering what we're talking about, take a look at MCV Egan on Amazon, or even just type into Google or Facebook, and you'll find Catalina's books because they're wonderful. And I think we have a caller.
We have a caller.
We are. We are.
Good. Okay. Hey, welcome to the
Hi,
show.
Desiree.
We have Desiree
How
here.
are you?
Hi, good, thanks. How are you guys?
Hanging
Great.
in there.
I was just talking about
Angels?
well,
Company?
angels and an angel calls. Look at that.
There you go.
And this is the sweet angel that I had given the Christmas lights to that we spoke
Right.
about earlier in the show, and all the lovely gratitude they gave me. And also it was her father last night when I was
Right,
talking
who
about
phoned,
the
who didn't really
phone, the
phone, that
voicemail
showed
that
up on
never
the voicemail.
came, and yeah. So hi honey, welcome.
Hello, thank you.
What can we do for you today? Do you have a question for Halley, a psychic question or a dream question?
Yeah, I guess I really just want to know if you see kids in my future, if I'm going to have a love mate soon.
Okay,
Children
wait. Did
and
you
a
say
love
children
mate.
and a love mate? Wait, clarify that again.
Yeah, well, if I'm going to meet someone
You're going to
soon,
meet
and if
someone.
you
And
children in
eventually
my
have
future
children.
at all.
And eventually, okay. I'm going to say something that you're not going to like, but I'm going to say it anyways because you asked. Over the course of the next, I'm going to say 8 years, which I know is a huge period of time, but don't get scared. I get there being 2 very important love interests, but it's not till the latter part of that time that you go that full run, that is the person that you connect with. And then, and I get chills here of confirmation, and then I get there being a child coming into your world. And I know that you are that person who wants to be loved now. You're impatient, you want that romance, you want that longevity, and you want me to tell you the opposite of what I'm saying. So I'm apologizing. But what I'm trying to share with you is you have 2 extremely special people coming into your world. The first one comes in to actually show you that you can be who you are and stop trying to make yourself look like somebody that will be accepted or look like somebody who has to be different. And it's interesting because Christopher and I were just talking about gratitude earlier today and about how important it is to just be yourself. And I really, truly feel like this is so applicable for you in this moment. If you let go of what you think you're supposed to be, how you're supposed to appear, how you're supposed to show up for your dad, how you're supposed to show up for other people, and you just truly allow yourself to be yourself, which means if you feel that you're having a pretty moment, you put on a bow in your hair. If you feel like you're
Bow in her
I'm
hair.
being
Give
silly.
me a
I'm
break.
being silly. But what I'm trying to get across
I know,
is
I'm sorry.
if she wants to get into that space, that's where she should be. If she feels like in that moment she's a tomboy, then that's what she should be. But what I'm getting is for her to really have the love that she wants at the level that she wants, she's got to stop entertaining these gals who they're looking for a type. Don't be anybody's type, Desiree. Be yourself. Because again, I feel like you have 2 extremely special people coming in. And if you're wondering, well, why though is there 2? It's because I feel like the first person comes in and reminds you to truly be who you are. And where they are in their life, they're not in a position to have that long-term relationship, but they want that for you. And they will end up being, oh, and I got major confirmation again. They'll end up being a very dear friend. And I feel like they may actually introduce you to that long-term life partner who is your love, who you will have a child with. And if you want to, I
That's
don't know if you
awesome.
heard all of that or
Now,
not.
I have a question because some of the
dope.
people listening might be interested in this.
Okay.
So, when we intuits and psychics give a time frame,
Right.
that's generalized. We don't ever stick to that because maybe my question
Go
is
ahead.
for you, if we encapsulated the lesson and we got it faster than expected,
Yes, that the
we could
results
speed
would
up
be
time.
absolutely. And I tell clients this all the time. Sometimes I'll say, for instance, I get a sense of 3 months. 3 months could actually be 5 months, or 3 months could be 1 month, but it's relatively a short period of time. With you, when I'm speaking and I'm getting 8 years, I feel like there is a lot of growth that needs to take place within so that you can have what you want. But like Christopher said, if you encapsulate what's most important here and you honor yourself by truly being you 24/7, not just part of the time, but 24/7, you can speed up this whole process. I still, though, get 2 very special people coming into your life.
Woohoo! That's awesome.
Wow. You said one was a friend. Did I hear that right?
What I said was the first one ultimately will be a friend who may
Okay.
be the person who leads you to your life partner, to your love.
Which I
to
like
your
because
spouse.
it's really nice to go through a relationship with someone and not have it end in volcanic ash.
Right.
No, not
You
at
know,
all.
like where
This
you're
is-
crippled.
No,
It's
this
very
is
nice to hear
someone
that it would be a
who
friend.
is going to adore her, but who, because of their own stuff going on in the world, is not in that space to be a life partner. But they will be in your corner and help you get to that next step. So it's pretty cool.
Woohoo!
Well, I don't think that's bad news at all.
No, I think that's awesome, and I think having
Well, you know Desiree.
well, I love Desiree. She's my little soulmate sister and bestie, and I just love her so much, and I have just seen so much growth and love and joy blooming in her. I think she's already growing the lesson.
Well, good.
Yep,
And the other
I
thing
would
I'm just
agree.
going to share real quick, Desiree, is I get a move coming up in the very near future here. So be ready. Believe it or not, that's our time for today.
Love you, Des. I love you,
for calling
Hallie.
in.
Everybody,
Thank you
thank
for
you
calling
very
in.
much for connecting with the Hallie Elise Show. Remember, as
thank
of
you
the
for coming
first of the
on.
year, there will only be 3 psychic galleries.
And the first one won't be till the spring. Thanks so much. If you like, take a look at the website, HalleyElise.com. And hopefully
You can find
got
me
some-
on Facebook.
Tune in every Tuesday on WNN at noon for an hour of peace, inspiration, and psychic phenomena with empowerment psychic Halley Elise.